What's up, everybody, and welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, we got a bourbon, Knob Creek, 9 years old, single barrel reserve. As always here on the channel, nose taste finish review of this bourbon. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, and leave you with the malt musing. But first, if you've yet to, take a second, hit that subscribe button. I'll make sure you don't miss any of my reviews, which come out every Friday, as well as get notifications for my Tuesday happy hour, which is every Tuesday night, Tasty Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, Knob Creek. This comes out of the Jim Beam Distillery, located in Kentucky, Claremont, Kentucky to be exact. And this is bottled at 120 proof or 60% ABV. So it is packing a lot of alcohol by volume. It is also got an age statement, 9 years old. This is part of their small batch collection, and this is the same mash bill used for their Baker's and Booker's releases, which are a little bit on the higher end of their small batch mash bill. So that's the background here on the Knob Creek. Let's get some in the glass. Since it's a bourbon, we know that there has been no color added. This is the color. Really nice and dark. You can tell this has a good age on it. Okay, let's get into the nose. Oaky, like fresh cut wood, brown sugar. There's a lot of sweet and a lot of spice going on in this. A little bit of an alcohol burn at that 60% ABV. Oof. Bit of vanilla coming through as well, caramel. A lot of baking spices too. We're talking about like allspice, even a little bit of clove. Slight fruit notes. Apple. There's a lot happening in here. It definitely has that Jim Beam profile, and what I mean by that is you pick up a little bit of that peanut note, that nuttiness. Definitely coming through here. A lot of sweetness off the corn. Yeah, let's give it a taste. Cilantro. Rich, heavy sweetness right away, but immediately goes into a lot of spice and dry notes. This whiskey packs a punch. Good mouthfeel in terms of viscosity. And then really what you end up with is a whole bunch of oak spice, caramel, toffee, dark chocolate, vanilla icing, like vanilla frosting. Spice hit is heavy. It's got some pepper to it, but it's not overpowering, goes into a medium finish. Again, you're left with some caramel, dark chocolate, a little bit of coffee. This is a really by the numbers, just straight up good bourbon. I'm going to put just a few drops of water on this to bring this ABV down. See what else we can pull out of this. Right. So this is really bringing out that peanuttiness that is really characteristic of a lot of Jim Beam. It's sweet, it's almost a little bit salty. It's really upfront. It's pushed some of that oak char and oak wood notes into the background a bit. Starting to get some dark berries. Sawdust even, just really, really nice. Good amount of complexity going on here. It's bold, it's assertive. Let's give it another taste. So with the addition of water, it's really toned down that spice. Not quite as drying anymore. Extends that development. You're getting a lot more just sweet fruit. Apple, there's a little bit of caramel apple. Again, just some dark berries. And then those big heavy bourbon notes that you expect off a nice new charred oak barrel. Caramel, toffee, vanilla. Goes into, again, the finish even seems a little bit longer this time, not as tannic. I think this actually benefits from a little bit of water at that 60% ABV. You're getting a lot more complexity out of this. Okay. So, bottle of Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve, 9 years old. It's going to run you anywhere from around $45 to $50. It is not exclusive in any way. You should be able to find this on the shelf at any liquor store. I put this at a high value. And the reason is you're simply not going to get something with an age statement with this much ABV in a single barrel form for this price. I think it's one of the best value buys in mid-level, mid-shelf bourbon. So high value mark here on the Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve, 9 years old. So let's go into some final thoughts. I think this is stellar. I like the Knob Creek profile. I think it's very accessible to folks. And if you're looking for something with some depth and complexity and a bit more spice, this thing's going to give it to you as well. Another thing I want to mention about Knob Creek and its single barrel is that at a lot of liquor stores, you are going to find store pick versions where the proprietors have actually tasted a bunch of barrels and selected some to put their own stamp on. So for example, here's one I have. This was a release specifically for the Philadelphia Whiskey Society. This is a 15-year-old. This was around $55. I have another one here with one of their older labels still. This is a store pick from a place called High Times. Again, selected barrels. So you will find store pick versions of the Knob Creek Single Barrel pretty much anywhere. Keep your eyes peeled when you're out at your local liquor stores, as they might have these, and they're usually giving you even a little bit more. I've seen them, like I said, go up to 15 years, but there's plenty of 12-year, 13 years out there and at a really great price. So that just adds an extra benefit to what I think is just a really great release from the Jim Beam folks and Knob Creek, and probably the best product I think they put on the shelves consistently out of their core range. I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5, which means I recommend you go out and get yourself a bottle of this. All right, y'all. So with that, I will salute you, and we will catch you next week here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Here is your malt musing. Cheers, y'all.